The MediShield Life Amendment Bill 2024 introduces several changes to the MediShield Life framework to adjust premium structures, enhance administrative powers, and improve affordability of healthcare coverage. I would like to seek some clarifications on several areas that may impact Singaporeans financially and administratively. Clause 11 amends Section 34 of the Act, which grants the Minister broad powers to make regulations, including determining premium rates for different classes of insured persons. MediShield Life premium subsidies now consider both per capita household income and the annual value of one's residence. The AV tiers provide the highest subsidy to lower income insured persons living in properties with AVs of up to $21,000 and a reduced subsidy for AVs between $21,000 and $25,000. While AVs above $25,000 will receive no subsidy, unless they are from the Pioneer or Merdeka generation. This criteria could present a financial challenge for some low-income or no-income households, particularly retirees living in private property and are born in 1960 or later. These individuals may face rising medical bills, yet do not qualify for premium subsidies due to the property they live in. Many of these elderly Singaporeans are unlikely to downsize their homes, especially if they are currently suffering from serious illnesses. The physical and emotional disruption of relocating during a vulnerable period is impractical and could worsen their health conditions. For retirees and other low-income households, I urge the government to consider removing AV as a means testing criteria. Minimally, those with AV above $25,000 should be allowed to apply for premium subsidies, and a holistic and transparent assessment should be made based on their individual circumstances. This approach will allow the scheme to target subsidies more effectively towards those who genuinely lack cash flow for their healthcare needs. Clause 5 grants the Minister flexibility to set premium rates through prescribed means, possibly via online publications. Although this change could streamline the process, I have some concerns about the stability and predictability of premium rates. Policyholders, especially those with lower incomes, rely on consistent healthcare costs to plan their finances. Frequent premium adjustments could challenge their ability to budget effectively. Will the government establish a regular schedule for premium adjustments? And if not, how much advance notice will policyholders receive to prepare for changes? This will provide policyholders with more transparency and predictability regarding their healthcare expenses. Clause 4 grants the Minister discretion to approve medical institutions and the treatments they offer as eligible for MediShield Life claims. Although this change may help manage costs, it could also limit access to necessary care if certain treatments or institutions do not receive approval. Unapproved services might force policyholders to pay out of pocket, discouraging them from seeking essential treatment. Could the Minister clarify, could the MOS clarify if the criteria for approving medical services and a complete list of approved services and institutions will be published regularly? This will help policyholders to make informed healthcare choices and avoid unexpected costs. Additionally, does the amendment allow the Minister to designate traditional Chinese medicine and other traditional medical practices as approved medical treatments in the future? Many Singaporeans rely on TCM and other traditional practices for managing chronic conditions and maintaining overall health. Clause 6 broadens the scope of offences related to false or misleading information in health declarations, means declarations, or claims. This amendment aims to deter fraud, but it may disproportionately impact elderly or less tech-savvy policyholders who may make honest mistakes in their submissions. What are the provisions for rectifying minor or first-time errors, especially for vulnerable groups? Establishing a grace period or correction mechanism could prevent harsh penalties for honest mistakes, particularly for seniors unfamiliar with digital processes. Clause 9 allows the government to use means information to assess eligibility and support recovery actions for outstanding premiums. Although this approach may ensure targeted resource allocation, it could place additional pressure on low-income policyholders. Aggressive recovery actions, if based primarily on financial data, could create financial stress for households already struggling to meet healthcare costs. Will the government provide safeguards like automatic premium loans or deferred payment options to protect financially vulnerable policyholders and help them maintain coverage without incurring penalties? And will these policyholders lose coverage if they still fail to pay their premiums? Clause 10 introduces electronic methods for serving official documents, including email, which may improve efficiency. However, policyholders who are less comfortable with digital platforms might miss important updates, potentially leading to unintended coverage lapses or penalties. Does the government offer additional communication methods such as phone calls or in-person notifications to ensure all policyholders receive and understand crucial information? Mr. Deputy Speaker, this bill seeks to enhance the MediShield Life framework, but these changes must not place unnecessary burdens on those who rely on the scheme the most. For low-income households, I urge MOH to review the use of AV as a criteria for means testing, so that retirees and those with limited cash flow can receive subsidies based on their actual financial need. So I support the bill, but I look forward to the MOH's reply to my questions.